Hello and welcome to the Redmen TV. Liverpool are taking on Man United this weekend. We're joined by Gaz from FullTimeDevils, breaking through the barriers that we put in place because, you know, Manx, Scousers and all that.
The Runcorn Bridge?
Yeah, breaking down the M62 on the Runcorn Bridge to join us. Mate, this is the first time we've had you in the studio, first time we've had you on the show. You've actually dodged a major bullet because, like, Howson, McCullough, they've had to come here when United have had some sticky times.
I know, I know.
It's all looking pretty rosy at the moment.
I mean, it's all looking rosy, but it's early days, you know. I really wish I could sit here and be one of those Reds who sit here and just be like, yes, we're going to thrash yous, we're going to do it, we're going to win the league. But it's all exciting at the minute. But I remember this time last season seeing City fans going on about how they're going to win everything and how Pep's a genius, because I think they won the first 10 games, something like that, without conceding many goals, if any. And obviously we saw what happened to them. So I'm thinking I don't want to kind of look like an idiot like all those lot. But at the minute, it couldn't be better.
Yeah, I really annoys me, Chris. Really annoys
Yeah, I think it goes without saying, really, doesn't it?
Without saying. But this is the thing. I think it was to be expected. I think Mourinho has done, so far anyway, he's followed his own plan.
Yeah.
He has a season to bed in, work out what he needs, and then specifically goes out, targets players that he needs to fill his system, gets them, and then his teams play really well.
Again, it's just that annoying, mate, isn't it? I think, you know, he did it at Chelsea, didn't he, where he bought Fabregas and was at Costa at the time when he needed goals, he needed a midfielder to create those goals, and he's gone out and he's done it at Manchester United as well. He's brought in a player in Matic who he knew well at Chelsea. He's brought in Lukaku for, you know, ridiculous money, but it looks like that's already working out and stuff, and they look strong defensively and they look good on the attack as well. It's, you know, we've had a tough start to the season. You know, the fan base isn't quite behind what we're doing at the moment. We're wasting a lot of chances and all that type of stuff. So, is it a good time to play them? Is it ever a good time to play them? I just want to hurt them. I want to hurt them really a lot. I want to demolish us. I need to demolish us because I'm fed up of the two Manchester clubs being dead good at the footy. Yeah. I hate it. I hate that. It makes it less enjoyable for me. Yeah,
100%. I think the Lukaku, I think there was... What was your thoughts on it? Because like Morata looked like he was going to be the one all summer, and then out of the blue, Lukaku. Was there ever any questions or doubts?
Yeah, by me completely. I mean, I wasn't against it, but I wasn't totally for it. I saw that we spent the money that we spent, and I was kind of thinking, you know, because I think that I'd built myself up, and a lot of United fans have built themselves up expecting Griezmann, who's this sort of big, huge star, and everyone I think even Griezmann expected that one to happen. Then out of nowhere, obviously the transfer ban came for Atletico, and he couldn't come.
Well, not out of nowhere.
Well, yeah, not out of nowhere, yeah. But for some reason, out of nowhere, he decided that then meant that he had to stay there, which was a bit confusing for everyone. And then Lukaku came, and, you know, he's obviously a young player. He's done it in the Premier League, but I don't know, there just wasn't as much excitement as there would have been for a world star. But then when you think about it, and you think about past world stars that we've got in the past few years, the likes of Di Maria and Falcao, maybe you know, people like me should have been a bit happier with us bringing in a player who's proven themselves in the Premier League. Yeah. And mate, what can I say? I should have been ecstatic when he arrived, because he's just smashing everything in, and he's playing like a proper striker, man. I mean, we had Ibra last year, and we still got Ibra this year, but so many times we used to see him like coming deep and things like that, and often it was easy for teams to play against us like that defensively. But Lukaku just sticks around up top, and if you've got a dodgy defender, no, you've got a few, then, you know, Lukaku's the man who's going to be able to punish a mistake. So he's quality, mate, so far.
Yeah. How was that? I mean, how would you say, just to expand on that, how would you say Man United's style's changed from this season? You know, you look... It's weird. You just look loads more dynamic, loads faster. I mean, Mourinho's very much he's a very pragmatic manager. We know he has the ability to shut a game down, however, but it does look like he's foregoing his normal 2-0 will do us. Let's pack up the ball and go home. And he's kind of gone to the lads, go and score a few more goals, and you're killing teams off in the last 15 minutes of games as well.
Yeah, I mean, it's weird because like I think it was a Swansea game that I look back to, and we probably didn't deserve to win it, the scoreline that we did. We literally they were so open towards the end of the game, we went and thrashed them. Yeah, it's great at the minute. I just think that the big question that everyone in the country has about Man United at the minute is how are they going to do against an half-decent team, you know. Liverpool are without a doubt a massive test, not just because of the occasion, but as a team, you know, you've got some good players. Yeah. So we just need to prove everyone wrong, because for all we know, you know, we might not be able to play against the bigger teams. So let's wait and see.
Well, what do you reckon then, Chris? I think logic would follow that Mourinho will revert to type for this game. Yeah, I think he will go. A point would be delicious for us.
I think that's what he's always done, and that's how he's won Premier League titles, isn't it? And you know, over the years, it's infuriating as a rival when you come up against this side and they're not interested in the win. But he snots the team lower down in the league and he takes points off his rivals by drawing with them, and he thinks to himself, I'm going to win against all of those teams at the bottom, and that's how I'm going to win the league. And he's done it, and it's his blueprint. And so until you can prove that that's not the way to do it, he's going to continue to do it, isn't he? So, you know, maybe we might play into their hands tactically, because, you know, there's one way of Liverpool playing, and that's keep rolling forwards. And, you know, I don't think we have that pragmatic approach in games, and especially, you know, we've done it in a few of the big games, don't get me wrong. You know, last year, New Year's Eve, Man City, we played a very pragmatic game, but they're few and far between for us. I think we'll keep pounding at the door. We'll keep asking the questions. We need to get a goal first to draw Manchester United out. That's the game plan for Liverpool. Because I think our counter-attack will work better if we can get a goal ahead.
Man United, it's an odd one, because like Phil Jones, Phil Jones, like, he was so highly rated at Blackburn, and I was gutted when you got him, not us.
The next Duncan Edwards.
Well, yeah, but all of a sudden, like, he's back in there, and I put something out about him, and I got like Man United fans biting me out. I feel like he's been the informed centre half and blah blah blah. I mean, United's defence, it's on paper, you'd look at it and go, well, it should be okay here, and yet, you know, you're able to get away with playing, like, on occasion, Young at left back. You've still got Valencia playing right back. Yeah. But it works.
That's the thing, though. Like last year, Valencia was our player of the year. And he was as well. He was our best performer. He was brilliant there. And he's been reinvented as that right back. So now, I think that even though a lot of opposition fans are still looking at United's defence and thinking, you know, Valencia, oh, there's a weak link. He's a winger. He's not, mate. He's a really good right back. I don't think there's any better, or any who performed better last season anyway in the league. So I think that Valencia is great there. Eric Bailly, I think he's one of the best centre halves in the league as well. I think that last season he proved that. Obviously, you know, can't maybe make a statement like that after one season. Give him another year, but he looks like he started okay as well. The other defence, the other centre back and the left back position were the other two positions that maybe I was thinking I want to see us strengthen in the summer. We brought Lindelof in. Not seen much of him at all yet. In pre-season, he did look a little bit dodgy though. But I was sort of relying on him being like Eric Bailly, where you bring him in, you're not quite sure what he's going to be like, and then he turns out he's brilliant. But we'll wait and see with that. Left back, left back's still a little bit of a worry for me, I'll be completely honest. I'm not sold on Daley Blind at all. I think last season, I think he was really, really poor in some games, really, really poor. And that lack of pace as well, and that lack of sort of maybe a defensive instinct is where you guys might be able to punish us. But I think looking at our defence, which I think our defence is great, and then if you do manage to get through them, you've got the best goalie in the world there as well. So you know what I mean. So it's at the minute it's all looking good. But yeah, Phil Jones at the minute seems to have he's sort of done like what Chris Smalling has done, where he reinvented himself as Mike Smalling, and then all of a sudden remembered he was Chris, and then became crap again. So Phil Jones at the minute is going through the Mike Smalling phase, and hopefully he doesn't return to the Phil Jones phase on Saturday.
Well, yeah, you know, the opposite of that. Just a last couple, I guess. We've seen obviously Paul Pogba looks like it's going to be a longer term injury. You've coped reasonably well so far. Yeah. But Fellaini picked up an injury on international duty.
God, not even thought about that. Yeah, but missing that physical presence in the middle, obviously, not great at all. But with Fellaini, you know what, man, he's been good and he's scoring goals. And don't get me wrong, he's been playing well, but I'll go out and say he's not a very good football player. I think we're all aware of that, to be honest. He's not a very good football player at all. So I feel like there's got to be some sort of backup plan there.
Mourinho bloody loves him though, doesn't he? Genuinely loves him.
Well, I understand when he's coming on in games, but when you've got to rely on him, like I feel like him going into a game against Liverpool at Anfield, mate, it's a red card waiting to happen now.
What do you reckon the midfield's going to look like then? Because, you know, there's two guys who do get a lot of games for United? Is it just as simple as what Matic and Herrera anchoring then, or?
I'd like to see. I think that would be great. Matic and Herrera, maybe even Carrick could get a shout in somewhere. Like I say, we've got so many good midfield options, and a man that I think a lot of people overlook. You know, I've just slagged him off there, and I don't want all the Daley Blind fanboys having a go at me too much. So, Daley Blind, try him in midfield, mate. He's one of the best passers of a ball in the league, and so his composure, like, compare it to Michael Carrick at times. So, I say give him a go, but it'll be interesting to see what Mourinho does, and I think that it's almost could play into our hands because I don't think anyone has a clue about what he's going to do with that midfield at all. So, and I don't think Jurgen Klopp will know either. So we'll see what he does with it, but I think there could be some like mad surprises.
It'd be interesting. I think the Fellaini one's a big one for us, Chris, because I mean we've seen him used at Anfield in weird roles, like weird withdrawn midfield, inside, left, kicking up long to him. Kind
Fellaini is a winger.
Well, honestly, like but not having that option available, you know, something we had a little bit of a giggle at last season, whether it, you know, rightly or wrongly. That could, you know, it could be a big thing.
Yeah, the midfield's going to be a key battle, I think, isn't it? You know, with your injuries and stuff like that, we're going into it pretty much full strength, and it's now it's a question of whether we drop Coutinho into a withdrawn role into the midfield like we've seen him so far this season, or whether we go with like Wijnaldum, Chan and Jordan Henderson if we can, and just try and steamroller the midfield and then play a little bit more within ourselves almost, and maybe have a decent option from the bench as well. You know, if we start with Wijnaldum, Chan, Henderson, you sit and want a Salah, Mane or Phil Coutinho as well as a substitute. So it depends how the game goes, doesn't it? But I think that's the key area where Jurgen Klopp be like, that's where we need to win this game. We need to win in the centre of the park, because that looks like on paper where their weakness is going to be.
If you've got Coutinho coming to the midfield as well, I think you'll definitely see Herrera start. I mean, last season he did it to some really great players and really great midfielders and just completely silenced him. Yeah. And you'll just have that where he just follows them round all game. He did it to Sanchez. Oh, was it Hazard that he did it to? It is one of the big ones anyway last year, and he's capable of it as well. Yeah. So I think you'll definitely see Herrera start, and he's a man as well who can pick up a few bookings.
Yeah, no, it'll be interesting to see. I'd like to see Ander Herrera get sent off in this game. That'd be terrific. Just to rewind the days to the Steven Gerrard sending off. Gaz
still owes for that.
Steven Gerrard still owes me a pint for that, because I had to go and do Fan Zone with Howson on Sky Sports for that one.
What was it you'd said?
I'd said, here he comes, Steven Gerrard, off the bench, the man for the big occasion. And then by the time I finished my sentence, he was off.
Brilliant.
And you had Howson sitting next to you?
I had Howson sat next to me, yeah.
Probably the worst person, apart from Alex Ferguson, to be sat next to, I think, at that point.
Yeah, pretty much.
Nice one, Howson.
It was a great day. It wasn't, it was horrendous. So give up my match ticket to go down to Sky Sports Studios. I mean, to be fair, yeah.
I mean, I've done that before with him from Arsenal Fan TV, Heavy D. He's even worse, mate. He's even worse to deal with. You know, the one who goes boom.
Yeah. Oh, the internet.
Yeah. We won though.
Guys, how do you think the game's going to go then? You confident?
I'm very confident. I'm confident before every United game at the minute, but I don't want to sit here on a Liverpool channel and say we're going to go in and say 3. If I was to make a prediction, if I was to make a prediction, it wouldn't surprise me if you took the lead. It really wouldn't surprise me. But if it's an early goal, I won't be too concerned at all. I'd say
a worry in a Northwest derby, isn't it?
I'm not quite sure how your defence will be able to deal with the players we've got in the form that they're in. Especially if you see Mkhitaryan starting getting some space, which he has done the last few games. And the game against Moscow, it was ridiculous at times. If I was to make a prediction, I'd say 3-1. If I was saying a scoreline, I think we will be on top of it, and I think we will look like the better side. But it wouldn't surprise me, just with it being Anfield and with Klopp playing the type of football he is. He's going to get them up for this game.
I'm not having that. I was dead unconfident before this game, and you saying that has just made me well more confident that we need to just smack his down. We have to, because we can't have people from Manchester walking around like this before a Liverpool-Manchester United game. It's ridiculous. None of this. I don't want to see any of that. And after this weekend, you won't see any more of it. 3-1 Liverpool. Fuck you. Fuck us all.
Well, Well, there you go. Yeah, we're gonna be over on Full Time Devils channel doing the big debate show, which should be interesting. I've seen the questions.
I'm fired up now. Get it!
Let's get it done. Let's get it done.
You know what? It's a weird feeling, man, being this confident for a game. Usually, I'm shitting myself all week, and now I'm there, and I'm just like,
it's too far away for me to be too concerned about this. When I get closer to it, and I realise, because I've still got to film the content on your channel yet, and there's a chance I'll say something that means that, yeah. We'll see. Anyway, go over to Full Time Devils, check that out. Guys, thanks very much. Been an absolute...
no worries, mate.
I normally enjoy these shows.
It's been a thing. The normal match build-up show will be coming later on this week. We've got Melissa ready as a guest for that, so stay tuned later on in the week for that. Subscribe to the Redmen TV. Subscribe to Full Time Devils. Because theoretically, if we win, you can watch all our content. You can go over and enjoy their content as well. Otherwise, watch, obviously don't swerve it, shut it down, and then plan to make a better life through alcohol, maybe, or other things. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. See you soon. Ta-ra.